Well, hello, everyone. Good evening, esteemed viewers and chat alike. Welcome to Queer Society. I will be your facilitator this evening on our journey through our very extra, very queer rendition of Jane Austen's England. But before we get going, I want to introduce the cast and co authors of this novel with me. And we will start on the overlay on my right with Beau.
Hello, everyone. My name is Beau, and you can find me all over the internet at Dorky Teacher, except on Twitch, where it's just Dorky Teacher. I don't know how much you want me to say, so I can stop here.
I think that's good. We'll allow everyone to meet your character in the fullness of time. And we will move on down to Sid.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. I won't introduce my character then.
If you would like
should I?
If you would like to tease their name, feel free to go ahead, or we can wait until it becomes up in the story.
I'll say it because I'll say it out loud, or otherwise I'm gonna completely guff it trying to introduce myself later. So I'm practicing. I'm playing Viscountess Theodosia Fox. She, her pronouns.
Wonderful. All right, moving along in our overlay over to Meg.
Hey, I am Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants and Twitch, although I don't Twitch. That's weird. Anyway, hi. I will be playing Belle Andrews, whose pronouns are she, they, Justice Minor.
Thank you, Meg. And moving on over to Anne.
Hello, my name is Anne, aka XO_Girl Wonder on Twitter, and I will be playing Miss Camille Desjardins.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, we have Vivi.
Hi, I'm Vivi, or Vivacia on Twitch. I'm Vivacia on the Twitter. I'm Miss MRS Vivacia, and I am going to be playing Macy Dawson.
Wonderful. And as stated, I am Harper. My pronouns are she, they, and I will be your facilitator for this evening. Behind the scenes, we also have our steward, AJ, who is filling in for the wonderful Anita. Hi, Anita, on the VOD. Who could not be here with us tonight, but we love them just the same. All right, we are going to go ahead and open up our first chapter. For those of you who are familiar with Good Society, we are going to be having an event. It is the year 1818, and we are in the lovely town of Havershire. And our novel opens at the birthday party of one Miss Camille. Is it Desjardins?
Desjardins.
Desjardins.
Desjardins. Myself and my twin sister, we are having our 21st birthday party.
Wonderful. And can you set the scene for us? What does the 21st birthday party of Miss Camille look like?
She has invited everyone that she possibly could that has any sort of status in the gentry, as well as those of peerage, those who would accept her invitation. She is the kind of person that just enjoys having a good time. She has left her past behind, where she once perhaps maybe cared about status and titles, is a little bit more carefree in her social activities. By comparison to her sister Beatrice, who is very much all about the social standing and how things may appear. So between the two of them, they have decided to throw this party to start off their social season, while Beatrice is visiting from France.
Wonderful. All right. Now, as we get going, everyone's going to have the chance to introduce their characters. Whose character, if any, do we find on the dance floor?
I think I definitely am. So you'll just see Belle vibing as you do in the Regency era. But she's they're dancing, or they'll promenade around the room. If somebody wants to dance, then they're like, yeah, okay, why not? It's like dance cards are like bingo essentially for them. Like it's more of just like, can I do this today? Hell yeah, I can. Kind of like own personal thing of like, how many can I get to dance with me in like this amount of time? So it's like after every song, I'm just making laps, trying to see who can come get me.
All right. Who is Belle dancing with at the moment?
At the moment, I probably am dancing with the not the Vicantus. Who is it? Probably the like more common person, I guess. So the thing about Belle is like I always hang out with people that are not super status based. One of my friends is like a big horticulturist, like it's not big in ranks, and so she's trying to intentionally start dancing with people that are like obviously lower status. So a bunch of like minor characters until eventually she's bored and starts is like looking for Mortimer, who is the horticulturist, and is like, let's go. You're the only one that can keep a conversation while I'm dancing. I'm really bored now.
Oh, I was planning on. I'm playing Mortimer. Yes, just to make that clear and not confuse people. All right. Do we have to?
Just follow me like you always do. You know I'll lead.
All right. Just one more canapé. Stuffs his face. All right. Let's go.
Classy, very classy. And so that's yeah.
All right. And well, Belle nudges her friend into dancing. Where do we find Mix Marlowe?
Ash is going to be probably somewhere close to their younger sister. Just keeping an eye on her, younger sister Willow Marlowe. But is really kind of looking over her shoulder at Belle, and perhaps a hint of jealousy, perhaps wanting to go ask them to dance. They're feeling a little nervous.
All right. And Willow looks at you and says, really, what do you keep staring at?
Oh, nothing. It's fine.
Well, if
Have you
there's somewhere
tried
here more interesting than me.
Well, who?
Well, I would assume you would know, seeing as you keep looking over my shoulder.
What do you mean? Looking over your shoulder at who?
I'm sure I don't know half of the ballroom.
Half the ball? Oh, you must mean perhaps Miss Camille? She's, after all, the birthday girl.
Oh, it was Miss Camille, was it?
Well, you know how we had that unfortunate affair.
Yes, I'm quite sure I know, and you want everyone in the ball to hear you.
Well, I was hoping that perhaps I could go and apologize to her. If you could maybe get her to come over here.
Really, I'm not sure what you want me to do with the birthday girl at her own party, but I'll see what I can do.
Just maybe tell her that there's something wrong with one of the cakes on this plate or something. She wouldn't want to be embarrassed.
Oh, certainly not. Well, then I shall go and tell her, and you shall stand here and at least try to look at someone besides her?
Yes. Perhaps Miss Andrews.
Oh, perhaps Miss Andrews. Very well. Well, as I see that you are not to be distracted, I shall go find Miss Camille.
Q. And when she does, I'm going to make myself scarce and hide somewhere else.
Should not be that difficult to do in a crowded ballroom such as this, as I assume that the Desjardins twins have invited everyone. And while Ash's younger sister has gone off in search of Camille, I am curious, where do we find Maisie?
Maisie, the widow, well, she's been widow for 2 years now. This is probably the first social season she's back, and she's back for her younger sister Belle, trying to make sure that she will get a match that is appropriate and helpful instead of, what she normally likes. And she will be on the sidelines watching with Dowager Perry, her mentor and friend, and just she was probably already watching Belle with her lovely horticulturist friend, and just being like, that one again. We got to find something better for her.
Well, better in what way exactly?
Probably in every way. More money, more stand-in, less awkward. Sometimes Belle just does not quite know who to be close with, I guess.
That is very well. It is your role to guide her.
Yes, I'll just want to give her this one night of freedom before, watch her and see, if I can find someone that at least she partially agrees with. It will be easier to find someone if she doesn't totally abhor him.
Well, be careful that you did not one night slip into 1 week, slip into.
You were breaking
Am I
up.
repeating that, Harper?
Yeah, you broke up. I'm like,
She turned into a robot. Uh-oh.
oh no, she froze.
The ball is ruined.
No, there she is.
She's back.
Well, am I back?
Yes.
Lovely. Well, as I was saying, pardon me.
It's the canapes.
I do hope that you do not let one night slip into 1 week, slip into one whole season.
Oh, we cannot afford the whole season. No. She is already, a little forward in years to marry, so we really do have to lock this down.
I should say so. But you are not so old in years yourself that you might not be looking.
Oh, I found a lucky match. Lucky overall.
Fair enough. But no one catches your eye here?
No, the only one my eye is on right now is Belle. So far. And so far she has not shown any preference for anybody but the lower echelon.
Yes.
Let her flit around a little more and see if we can find someone.
At this, Ash is going to step forward and do a short bow. Say, oh, mind if I step in? To Mortimer. And Miss Andrews, if you would do me the pleasure of giving me this dance.
I'm just gonna look over at Morty and be like,
Mortimer looks to her like,
the
like,
best friend side eye.
I won't leave unless you want me to, like saying this with his eyes.
It's okay, Morty. You can go. Sure, of course. I'd be honored.
Morty bows between the two of them, gives her one more look, and then runs back over to her.
Well, it took you long enough. I thought you'd never ask.
Well, we're in society. I have to play the part, and well, my mother's always watching.
Oh yes, that old hag. I mean,
She's
well
not that
established. Yes, well, you don't like her any more than I do.
Well, she means well.
Don't they all?
So, how's your evening going? I'm
Better
sure
now.
Mortimer has been treating you quite respectably.
Oh, Morty, he's fine. He can do no wrong.
Is there anyone else at this party that's been catching your eye? Or is it just me?
Don't flatter yourself so much. People will start talking.
Can't have that, can we?
No, we can't. And with that, I'd kind of like spin out and leave.
Well, Belle and Ash are dancing. Martha will lean over and say, well, what about that Mix Marlowe? Certainly not of the lower echelon, although a little bit, you know.
Not quite what I envisioned, but it wouldn't be the worst choice.
Well,
We're aiming higher.
if you're going to aim higher, you must act a little bit quickly.
I mean, look at her. She's catching everybody's eye. Just let her flaunt for a little bit.
Fair enough. I suppose that elder sisters do tend to indulge their younger siblings from time to time.
Yeah. By elder, by the way, we mean 27, okay? Because we're in Regency, so.
22.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of sisters, Camille, what is going on with you?
So I'm starting to make my way around the crowd and, paying respects, saying hello and socializing. And I'm scanning for some familiar faces. And I look at my sister, mirror image of myself, and I say, look over there. Look at who's decided to make it to the party. And I point out Mix Marlowe. And as Belle is dancing away or walking away, whatever they're doing.
Now, have you informed your sister of your past with Mix Marlowe?
Okay, so the background here is that there was a misunderstanding. So Mix Marlowe has actually mistaken Beatrice for Camille and made it seem like she was the one who was having this scandalous, unchaperoned courtship, and this whole thing blew up. So Beatrice is aware of the situation and may or may not have used it for her benefit to get away with something.
Okay.
So she's I imagine her holding the fort back home because she's not the one who got completely ruined.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, Beatrice will look over at Ash and say, well, I certainly did not invite them.
I feel like there's opportunities here. Perhaps for a little bit of, how do they say it, comeuppance? In a very public manner.
No, sister, nothing too public. Do you want to draw more attention to yourself than you already have?
Different season, different locale. Perhaps after having them show up in our territory and making a big fuss, we could have a little fun here. Maybe just a little bit of fun.
Whatever you do, make sure that it only reflects poorly upon you and not me. I will not have you ruining my prospects this season.
Well, as far as I know, everything is in order for you at home. What's a little bit of fun? Several thousands of miles away. No one's going to know.
Word travels fast, and I am hostess here just as you are.
All right, all right. To be fair, I invited them here for a little bit of, how should we say it, reconnaissance? I have not heard from them in at least 2 seasons. Perhaps I could learn something to use against them.
Well, that would certainly be interesting.
Well, I'm going to continue making the rounds. Perhaps you can go in this direction, and I will point in one direction, and I will go the other direction, and see who else there is to meet. There is quite a large crowd that we have managed to amass.
Yes, go have your fun with all of them.
Hmm.
And I will find someone appropriate to occupy my dance card.
Well, I know that you have your competitive moments, so we'll have to see whose dance card fills up first.
You're on. Fine. And as our twins part ways, what is the Viscountess up to?
Oh, so at this point, since we hadn't heard from her yet, I figure maybe she was just fashionably late and maybe she shows up now.
Perfect. All right. So what does it look like, Sid, as the Viscountess arrives to see this ball in full swing?
She is escorted by her dear friend, Devereaux, and she's just smiling, lavishly dressed, and is just immediately, like, hawk-eyeing, like, okay, who's here? What's going on? Who's dancing with who? What have I missed? But yeah, just strolls in, with, Devereaux on her arm, and immediately finds the perfect corner to scout. Well, there are a few options here.
Yes, a few. Though no one particularly interesting to me.
Oh, you're so picky. I mean, look, there are several attractive ones.
That is true. It is true. But, well, who is of the right status? All these
Dev,
people.
you cannot afford to be picky at this point. If you don't get to it, your father is going to ship you off into the Navy next week.
Yes, but surely I must pick someone that I want to be with, and that I can hold a conversation with.
Oh,
I don't want to be bored.
marriage is, I suppose, it's as much about luck as anything else. So I say just dive right into it. See what you find afterwards.
Shall we draw cards then? Choose at random, roll a dice, perhaps?
I suggest finding the one that catches your eye the most and starting there.
Hmm.
Well, I put that to the group. Who does catch catch Devereaux's eye?
I would say Morty, because he's probably just over there eating more canapes by a table.
Yes!
Like, I would assume that, like, all of this starts happening probably after, like, Belle has, like, wandered off and, like, I'm looking for Morty. I'm just like, I haven't found him yet. And then I realize, oh, wait, canapes, probably. I get back over there. I'm talking to Mortimer, and that's probably when Devereaux's eye gets caught, because Mortimer's actually conversing with the chaotic gremlin and like hasn't broken yet. So I think like just that like character choice would probably lead to some attention gathering.
Somebody's actually having a conversation instead of,
Yeah. It's not just like posturing and like promenades, it's all conversation.
Well, that Mortimer seems to be willing to chat, Mr. Grove, is it?
I think Mr. Grove is as good a place to start as any. How are
Does
you
that
about
look
the
mean?
just how are you with the the Latin-based roots of various flora and fauna?
Well, I was schooled like the rest of us, but why?
I
Does
think
he like
you'll be
plants?
fine then. You'll be fine.
All right.
Well, go on. I'm not coming with you because I also voice that character, and that would be strange. So go on.
Devereaux's going to carefully walk over and then kind of halfway across put on an air of confidence. Good evening, Mr. Grove.
Good evening. He literally has a can of paint in his mouth and like chokes it down real quick to respond. Hello.
How are you this evening?
Fine, thank you. We were just commenting how lovely the general splendor was. Won't we, Belle?
I kind of sidestep back away from you. I'm nowhere there.
They were just here.
I'm like watching behind a pillar. Like,
Well, perhaps we can have a conversation instead. You seem to be having so much fun.
Of course. Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Well, yes, I do so love these affairs, and well, I'm just looking for someone to have a good conversation with. Perhaps we could talk about the latest gossip, perhaps. You heard anything, Miss Andrews?
Oh, forgive me. I am the last person that anyone would tell gossip to. I am not anyone of note,
Good.
to be perfectly honest.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good indeed. I was
It
hoping
is.
you would. Yes, of course.
Oh.
Means you're someone I can trust. So, tell me, what exactly is your favorite flower? I hear you're something of a horticulturist.
Mortimer's face. He's looked so nervous at this point. That's just out of his element. Just so anxious to be here. And the moment you say favorite flower, his face lights up.
That's his love language.
Exactly.
Love languages, flowers.
I would like to ask. I do not believe that the facilitator has a monologue token, but I am very interested, so I will ask.
You do now.
What is Belle thinking as she watches this conversation between Mortimer and Mr. Bond, or Mix Bond?
I am very much like I was like, I'm peering behind the pillar and I'm just like, who's this? Are they? Oh wait, they were with. What are they saying? I like just keep like tiptoeing and like trying to find ways to get close enough. And as I hear the line, "What's your favorite flower?" I'm like, "Oh no, there he goes!" And I just turn back around. And I'm like, "Good for him. He deserves to have somebody else." God knows everyone keeps trying to set me up or tell me to not be with him. Now he's got someone else he can talk to. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. And I just kind of like walk back over to like another table and like get lemonade. And I'm just drinking that. Still like, but just very like, what's going on? Is he okay? Is he okay? Like, is he dying? Is there puffy? Like, just like trying to make sure like he's not imploding. Because like I know kind of like just how Morty can be. We've been friends since we were just young, and I kind of adopted Morty, so he's sort of my brother almost. And like while I'm not paying attention to my surroundings because that's who I am as a person, I feel like I end up like bumping into like almost everyone that would pay attention to me has now paid attention to me, and they're like, what the hell, what are they doing? What are they doing? What is going on? Why? And I think at that point, like I ended up like just like bumping into like Camille and being like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Please, my apologies. Ms. Andrews, how are you enjoying the party? Are you having a good time?
Oh, I am having a blast. You know, you have some wonderful lemonade, and the music has been divine. It's been so much fun dancing with my good friend Mortimer and just everybody. It's been wonderful. Have you seen my dance card? Look at my dance card, and I'm just
Whoa, that is quite the impressive dance card. I am highly impressed. And I look at it and I'm just like, so I don't think we've met before. I see that we have an acquaintance in common, and I kind of look into the crowd where Ash is. I'm like, how do you know Mix Marlowe?
oh, well, you know how it goes. Old money. We're all kind of in the same social circles. Their mom invited my dad, and my dad kind of dragged me along because, well, apparently I'm not getting any younger. But then there's my sister to question, and I start rambling, and it's all family just dumping.
Oh, it must be really terrible to feel all that pressure. I know
Really,
that
I kind of just ignore it half the time. It makes them all angry, but it makes me laugh.
I know that the Marlowe family likes to spend certain seasons in France. Our families have crossed paths every so often, so I was curious about your connection.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I love that you guys are connected. The more friends, the merrier, right?
Oh, absolutely. I am very much interested in getting to know you better, actually. I like to make friends with family friends. You know, friend of a friend is also my friend. My twin sister Beatrice says that I don't care enough about making those connections. So I am making an effort for our family's sake, you know?
Oh, I totally understand. I completely understand. Well, it's wonderful to meet you, and I would be more than happy to have you as a friend.
You know what? Following you, not in the creepy way, but seeing you and how you interact at this party, I'm very fascinated by you. I would very much like to get to know you better. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I shall go and make the rounds.
Likewise, happy birthday.
Thank you. And I go and I kind of dance off with the next person to fill my dance card.
All right. So as someone comes in and whisks Camille away to dance, Vivi, I'm curious because Maisie has had her eye on Belle this whole time and seen her dip away and have this conversation with the hostess for the night. What is Maisie doing right now?
I'm thinking Maisie was already on her feet and, halfway to Belle because she saw her bumping into all kinds of people like, oh my God, please stop being embarrassing and peeking at your friend. And she was like already striding over there, and she's wearing like a she's not I mean, she's out of mourning, but she's still a widow. She's wearing like a dark gray dress with more like a silvery light gray like overdress, with like white fluffy stuff everywhere, and her fan. And she will just swoop over to her sister and and say, "So, looks like Morty," and she says it's like, "Morty found a new friend. That is interesting. You having fun?"
I'm having a blast. I'm sure that friend is a friend of your friend.
A friend of my friend.
Yes, Miss Doja.
She didn't even
Miss
notice
Leo.
that.
She was late as always over there, and I just like point.
Yeah, she's like, "That's amazing," and then she's just like, and we're just gonna point out, random people. You know what? If you still have space on your dance card, you might want to head over, and there is Lord John over there. He's having some lemonade. I heard he's a great dancer. I also heard he's the heir to a quite nice estate.
Does it have separate wings?
Why don't you ask him? I bet he'd
Well,
love to tell you.
I
Plus-
would.
Look at those pegs.
I'm not much for the strong type.
Fine. I'm looking for a lanky one then.
Middle ground?
All right. Please leave Morty to his captive audience. When she looks over and Morty is like just going
And
away.
that was
with
the
it.
third time I had grown a Bromeliad. They were gorgeous.
Oh,
Yes, because we know how he is, since he's
Well,
basically
yes, we know how
adopted
he
in the
is, but
family.
they are the only one. They asked the question. They got him going. He can handle it.
just
If they wanted to leave, they would have left by now.
You can shh. And go get meeting and get dancing. You don't need to stand here and watch Morty. Morty, be fine. I'm gonna keep an eye out for Morty. You go.
Maybe you should keep it out for yourself. And I'm like, fine, whatever. I go and I dance.
She's just like little. All right. She's gonna get herself some lemonade. Like, that little rascal. What am I gonna do with her? And she'll stride over to grab herself some lemonade.
When I swung into the dance floor, I didn't realize it was Ash. And I'm just like, when I finally like get my brain back, I'm like, oh, hi.
Hi again.
So
Um,
tell me,
yeah.
how do you know the birthday girl?
It's a long story. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's only about 7:30. We still have time. We've got all the time in the world at this party. So how do you know? Camille.
Well, we met in her hometown. Yes, we met in her hometown. That's right.
Which is where?
What's your hometown again? Did we decide on that? I don't think we did.
Oh no. Oh.
We
Yeah,
just say
I don't
Paris.
think we actually made up a name for the hometown. It's somewhere in France.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux,
That
sure.
works.
We'll go with that.
Oh,
Bordeaux is
it
nice,
was-
nice and kind of big. Kind of.
And it was in Bordeaux.
Oh, did you ever get a look at the boudoir in Bordeaux? As we just keep like,
The boot. I would never.
I would
Yes,
hope not.
Totally.
Why, Miss Andrews, are you jealous?
No, why would I be?
I don't know. You're asking so many personal questions about my affairs with Miss Desjardins.
Well, you
Well-
understand that, of course, I am eligible. You're eligible. Everybody's asking questions about when I'm going to get married. So I just figured I would scan the field and make sure that I don't get myself into any trouble.
Well, sure a certain someone might be upset about you scanning the field, but certainly not me. If you want to look around, you go well and on your way.
And
Unless,
do you
of
want
course,
to
there's-
object? Even though
No.
Mummy won't want you to.
Why? Did you hear something?
I don't know. Did I? Same thing. I'll spin out again. Bye.
Wait. Okay. There is Mummy. I'm gonna go and look for my mother.
All right. And where do you find your mother?
She would likely have a glass of something alcoholic in her hand, and be keeping an eye on me from a distance, potentially speaking to, some other members of society and making pleasant talk. Just one eye kind of on me, making sure I don't embarrass myself.
All right. So as you walk up, Evangeline Marlowe looks at you and says, so 2 dances with Miss Andrews this evening, was it?
The second one was unplanned. It just happened. And I didn't want to be rude, so I finished the dance with her, and she went on her way.
I do wish you would be a bit more careful, dearest.
Yeah, I really, that one was really not my fault. I'm sorry.
Never mind. I'm sure it will be fine.
You having a good time, Mother?
I am having a wonderful time. Thank you very much, dearest. Now, why don't you go find someone very suitable to have a first dance with this evening? Perhaps one of the hostesses?
Yes, one of the hostesses, of course.
Presuming you
Let
can
me-
keep them straight?
Of course I can. Yes, I can. That one, Beatrice.
Very well, then off you go.
And I will go over, and it is fully not Beatrice.
The shade.
All right. So Ash approaches Camille.
So I envision this kind of, she's dancing, in a very kind of
I would wait.
loopy
till the
circular
dance is done.
motion, and it's very easy to confuse the twins, even though they're wearing different colored dresses and different styles. So it's just a blur, and then she kind of dances towards them and doesn't realize it. She kind of bumps into them and just like,
Terribly sorry.
and Camille looks very flustered at this point, and she waves off her dance partner and just kind of nods towards them and, if you'll excuse me, my lord, I think I will address Miss Marlowe over here for a moment, and then
But of course, happy birthday.
thank you, sir. And then she has this thoughtful look for a moment, and she says in a very kind of a pretty solid imitation of her sister, where she's like, Lord Matthews has been a wonderful person to engage with in dance today. Perhaps someone fitting of my current station. And, she tries to sound like her sister a little bit to see if she can try to mess with Ash a little bit.
Oh, yes, he's quite the gentleman. I hear he's even got a few dogs at home and treats them very well.
Have you seen my sister at all this season? She has been quite busy planning this party.
Yes, and a happy birthday to you. This is a very lovely party.
Thank you. Thank you. Admittedly, it's been an interesting time moving to Habershire.
Yes, and how are you liking Habershire? Is it everything to your liking? No Bordeaux.
It's a nice place to start over without the pressures of family expectations. You know that my sister Beatrice handles all of those.
Your sister? Yes.
Yes. It's been at least 2 seasons, perhaps more. You still can't tell us apart.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Jardin. Yes, it would seem that even after all this time, we still very difficult to tell apart.
I was just messing with you earlier. I don't trying to talk about status and lords and finding the right person for marriage is not really something I am interested in.
Well, no, clearly.
So how are you this evening? What brings you in my direction?
Well, it is customary to wish the host welcome, and of course, on their birthday, wish them a happy birthday. And well, now that I have done that, I'm sure I should carry on and go and see someone else.
I have one question for you before you leave.
Yeah.
For my own curiosity, since we were once upon a time friends, tell me, what is your connection to Ms. Andrews? They seem like a fascinating person, and my curiosity has been piqued. They seem to draw crowds.
Yes, it's actually quite fascinating the way that she seems to ignore all social conventions and yet draws the eye like nothing else.
She definitely sounds like my kind of person.
No, I don't think you would get along.
Ooh. And what makes you say that?
Well, just call it a hunch, I suppose. When you know someone, and it's just it doesn't feel right,
Well, it's clear that it's been quite some time since we've spent any time together. It shows how much you know about who I may get along with. But I do appreciate this tiny bit of insight.
Insight into what?
Perhaps insight into Ms. Andrews, I was simply asking, very casually. I made friends with them earlier. They seemed quite nice.
Didn't you?
Mm.
And what did they say?
Oh, they were quite friendly. They didn't really say much of note. Just simple idle chit chat, commiserating over the evergreen climb for status and social standing, the infinite struggle.
I'm over here on the dance floor like a dog with my ears cocked. Like I'm just like like the whole time I'm dancing with someone, I'm like just looking for y'all. I'm like, where they at? What's being said? What's being said? And
What are they doing?
Would you?
like the whole time I'm just like,
So, Meg, would you like to spend one of your resolve tokens to overhear this conversation?
you bet your ass I would.
Does it go to Ash or does it go to Camille? Like, where does it go? Disappear into the ether?
You can have it. I don't mind you having it.
No, I'm curious. I don't know.
Give it to the facilitator as a monologue token for next time.
To overhear a conversation that has to do with your character, I do not believe you would need to give that to anyone. That would not be a negotiation.
Okay,
They're
then
having this
just show up.
conversation in a very public ballroom.
No, I was just curious. I didn't know the flow of resolve tokens.
So, Meg, you'll just want to
um,
mark off one of your resolve tokens.
Got it. Yeah, and I definitely don't hear all of it. I think like by the time like you start mentioning like me, because it's been a long dance. So like this is probably the second song and we're all still dancing with the same person for whatever reason. And my ears only really perk up when I start hearing, what's your connection to Miss Andrews? And I'm like, Miss who? like like while I'm dancing. And so I'm like on high alert, like while I'm dancing, trying to like gently nudge and lead my partner to be closer to y'all, just so I can kind of like eavesdrop and like make sure I don't get noticed by you, but also still keep an eye and ear on y'all, like for that little bit of when you're like, well, they did small talk, to like kind of that part of the conversation.
Listen, I best be off to continue filling my dance card, but
Oh,
it's
your
been
dance
nice
card is full. I'm so. My
No,
mother
no,
sent
no,
me
no,
over here
no.
to dance
Oh.
with you, but I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I guess next time.
I have many people to see. You know how it is
Of
being the host
course.
of such a grand and
Of
lavish
course, and
party.
it's your birthday.
But perhaps at some point, we can catch up.
Right. Yes. Of course.
Huh. Well,
It's my birthday and I cry if I want.
enjoy the rest of the party, and I will.
What
I
color
will
dress
try
is
to carve
Camille
out
wearing?
some time to catch up with you.
Do you mind telling me what color dress Camille is wearing?
Camille is wearing a kind of a lilac lavender dress,
Lavender.
and her sister is wearing a pink dress. So they have the similar
Oh.
dress. It's just different colors.
Oh no! It's gonna be like,
So
great,
Camille
I'm
is
going
wearing
to
the
person who
lilac
is not
dress,
wearing
and
lilac.
Beatrice is wearing the pink dress. And he got they. It's the kind of thing Camille likes to do. She likes to.
Mhm,
She likes to
mhm.
dress like her
Said it-
sister and
that
confuse
she brought it
people.
upon herself then.
Yeah, but it's fun sometimes.
Right. And
Be
as
well.
that conversation is ending, I am curious, Sid, what has the Viscountess Fox been up to all this time?
Making loops around, blatantly eavesdropping on conversations. And I think at some point, though, she does spot the Dowager Duchess Dawson in the crowd and hides. Like has a moment of, and then just ducks behind a pillar.
It's so cute.
If it is all right with you, Sid, and UVV, I would like to offer one of my facilitator tokens to have the Dowager Duchess notice Lady Fox, whether or not she chooses to follow her. Is that fine with the two of you?
Oh yes, please.
Wonderful.
So yeah, I would be thinking that maybe this would be happening as, you know, the Dowager Duchess Dawson is striding away from her sister, and, you know, getting herself some lemonade, and not at the corner of her eyes, you know, she will just see the Viscountess duck behind a pillar, and it's like, and just pretend she didn't see her, get herself some lemonade, but make sure that she's like able to be seen. You know, that thing where you're like, no, I have totally not noticed you, but I'm going to place myself on a spot where you clearly will be able to see me while I'm not seeing you. You know, while out of the corner of her eyes, knowing exactly where she is, and, you know, keeping track of her. And I'm thinking that the Dowager Perry is going to be like, just looking at her like, why are you not coming back? And she's just like, right there.
Gives it a moment.
Yeah.
As nonchalantly as she can, as if she just stopped to tie her shoe or something. Pops back out from behind the pillar and just continues her rounds around, but keeps doing one of these, like, okay, she's there. Okay. No, and continues walking. Will not make the first move. Nope. A little flushed, though.
Yep.
All right. And as the evening is winding down, as our event is coming to a close here, Anne, what has Miss Camille planned as kind of the end of the gathering event? What is going to happen at the end to signal to guests that this is a birthday party for someone of import, for someone with certain tastes?
That is a good question. One that I am struggling to consider. Okay. So Camille and Camille will grab her twin sister, and they will go up to the stage, and she will say, thank you all for joining us in celebrating our 21st birthday. And we would like to invite all of the guests to join us in the courtyard for a special unveiling. And then she and her sister will lead the guests out of the ballroom, or the party room. I did not think about this. Essentially to go out into the courtyard where the twins will unveil a beautiful statue of a beautiful piece of art from France, that a beautiful statue that Camilla's had installed at the Desjardins estate in Habershire, her English home, so to speak. So they have this really pretty piece of French art, and she'll say, "This was given to us as a gift from a prominent French artist from back home. So as you depart this evening, feel free to enjoy this new statue at our estate, and I hope that you all have enjoyed your evening."
What is it a statue of?
It is
Elephant.
totally a statue of a I don't know, what are French statues usually of naked women?
Men.
There's a
Naked woman, naked man.
I don't
Peacock.
know. Yeah, peacock. It is a statue of it is a statue of a beautiful, elegant bird in the middle of the kind of courtyard area.
Ooh, how about it's a phoenix? Because that would have meaning to you too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, elegant bird. it's a yeah, that would work. Yes, it is a statue of a phoenix made out of marble. I guess, yeah, really fancy stone and marble. And it was gifted to the twins to display outside in the courtyard of their family's English estate.
Okay. Add to the drama of the evening then. I hate doing this because I don't like doing mean things.
Do it.
But
wait.
can
would it require a resolve
Oh,
token?
absolutely. I'm sending
Okay.
a resolve token.
Okay.
And you can choose to accept it or not. But what if, as Camille pulled the covering of the statue, either the what would that be called? The silk covering, whatever that would be called.
Yeah.
Either gets caught on a piece of it and breaks a bit off, or the shoulder bit of her dress gets caught on it.
On the statue, just like
I'm giving you choices. You can choose to accept one, both, none. Up to you.
Okay. I'm going to accept your resolve token. And then what will happen is that the silk itself gets caught in Camille's dress, and she's trying to pull it off, and she's kind of tangling with it, and just like,
Dear.
Beatrice, come on, help me. And her twin kind of gets in front of her, but then when they finally pull it off, it like rips the strap of her dress. It's just like, oh no. And then Beatrice, cover me. And she's very embarrassed and is now trying to get away.
All right. Well, certainly a very memorable end of the evening, and that is where we're going to head and end the story for that part. But before we go to our break, we do have a couple of things to take care of, which first is addressing our reputations. So we are going to go around in the circle, and we are going to see who has maybe helped the reputation and who has hurt the reputation over this night. So we are going to start in our circle with Bo. So Bo, Ash's reputation. Have you done anything that would affect their reputation this night? I do believe it is based off of your card that you selected, your role.
Roll. Right, the role is air. Oh, I have to, hold on, sorry, I need to pull up the thing.
You
I
are
don't-
absolutely fine.
Oh, where is it?
It
Let's
might
see.
be family backgrounds, actually.
It
yeah,
might be
it's family.
backgrounds.
It's family
yes.
backgrounds.
Oh, it's family
Thank you.
backgrounds. Okay.
I have it pulled up
Uh,
if you would like, since we have the
yes,
same one. I'll
please.
read it. Okay.
Yes, please.
Um,
I'm lost.
you gain a positive tag if you acted in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires. You can gain a positive tag if you acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so. Not sorry by that. You can gain a positive tag if you denied your desires or made a sacrifice to uphold the family name. Those are your
I definitely
positives.
didn't do any of that.
You gain a negative tag if you acted in a contravention of society's convention. That was a fun thing to say. You can gain a negative tag if you acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, or you shamed or embarrassed the family name. You get a negative tag. So,
I don't think I compromised my duty in any way. I might have bumbled through a few things, but I don't think I embarrassed myself. But you can tell me. I am very bad at telling if I'm doing something stupid, just generally speaking.
Let's ask
Did-
your mom.
I was like, did they want to dance more with Belle and maybe didn't because of society's conventions?
That's
Mm.
true.
Mommy dearest.
or because you're a butthead.
Deserve that.
Do those have to be mutually exclusive? No, I'm just kidding.
No. I think Ash definitely was trying to stay aware, and that second, that's true. I did go against what my mother wanted. Wanted me to do the air thing and try to find a suitable match. Instead, I danced with Miss Andrews exclusively. So that be, I guess, compromise my duty.
All right. So, what might we give that name for that negative reputation tag?
Went against what Mom wanted.
Yeah,
Rebellious.
rebellious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This
All
is
right.
why I always have thesaurus.com pulled up for any good society game, because it's really necessary. I'm just saying. We always joke that it will be the future sponsor of our shows whenever we
I'll
play Good
accept
Society, because it's necessary.
Defiance,
Also,
maybe.
Welcome to our Raiders. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
All right.
Yeah, I'll accept a rebellious.
Wonderful. All right. Continuing along in our layout, we have Sid.
For peerage, positive, acted in service or duty morality, compromising my desires, acted in obedience to society's conventions, or made a sacrifice or denied my desires to uphold the superiority of my rank. Yeah, I mean, she kind of sort of wanted to go talk to the Dowager Duchess, but she didn't because she'd make a fool of herself.
All
there was
right.
that.
So what might we call that positive reputation tag?
Let's see. She was minus ducking behind the pillar, of course. But I mean, you can't hold that against her. She was shocked to see her former flame. gonna go with
Very
composed.
good. All right, composed. What about you, Meg? Has Belle done anything positive or negative
I was
toward the
like, what
reputation?
haven't I done? Shoot. I don't know if we could. Well, my desires though. So I am also the same background as Bo. So gain a positive if I acted in service or of duty or morality that compromised my desires. Nah. I did what I wanted. I am who I am. I acted in obedience. We all know Belle at this point.
So we might say then that you acted in contravention of society's conventions.
Yeah, for sure. I will say, like, I did act in obedience because I did what my sister wanted. I just loopholed it by accident. So I don't know if that counts, but I did it. But denied my desires or made a sacrifice to uphold the family name. Maybe just kept dancing when I didn't want to. But it was kind of like I don't wanna. So I guess it definitely is more of the negative tag. So it was more of acted in contravention of society's conventions, acted on desire in a way that compromised my duty or morality, shamed or embarrassed the family name. I don't know. I feel like bumping into everybody was fine. I don't see the problem with it. I think it's fine. She's great.
I might have socially bumped into everyone, but you physically bumped into everyone.
It's full
Look,
contact.
Ash, nobody asked you.
I asked me.
I will definitely go with reckless for that one.
All right.
I definitely was.
Next up, we have Anne. Has Miss Camilla done anything to positively or negatively impact reputation?
Okay, so let's go through this for the foreign background. Let's see, acted in service of duty or morality in a way that compromised my desires. Acted in obedience to society's conventions, despite considerable hardship in doing so. I don't know. Like, see, Camille's not a big fan of Ash, but she, as the hostess of the party, still very much, chatted them up and, made small talk and did all of the things a hostess should do. But also she embarrassed herself at the end of her party and ripped her dress. So I
How
don't.
unfortunate.
Yeah, there's
Unfortunate accidents all over.
yeah, there's. I think that there's positive and there's also embarrassment. So I don't know which one carries more weight at this point, or do they both? Or
You get
does
more
she
than
gain
one?
both the
Like, can you
negative
get
and the positive?
two?
I believe that you can gain both one negative and one positive.
So the negative could be awkward or clumsy.
Yeah, because I was gonna say she. I don't know if it's necessarily a anything terrible that her country of origin would have been embarrassed of, but it was still very embarrassing. So I'm going to say for the negative tag, I'm going to make her awkward or clumsy. I'm not sure. What do you think? What do you all think? I think I'm going to put
I think that clumsy would certainly
Clumsy does
sum up
work.
the embarrassing incident that happened while you were commanding attention.
okay. And for the positive one, I think I would say I can't find the word. I want something that kind of represents the fact that she has put her personal agenda aside to be the hostess that society expects her to be.
Dutiful?
Mm.
How does that sound, Anne?
Oops.
Proper,
Proper.
responsible.
Ooh.
I like that. I'm gonna say proper for my positive tag, and then I'm gonna say clumsy for my negative tag.
All right, wonderful. And Vivi, for Maisie, anything that positively or negatively impacted her reputation?
Well, she's old money too, just like
Mhm.
Belle. And thinking she was pretty lenient this time because she let her sister have more fun than that she pushed her towards. She did push her, but not excessively. She did cut down on her desire for her freedom to go talk to the Viscountess, and she did put out her mentor by putting herself in the public view instead of returning to her side, where the proper place of this Dowager Duchess would have been, instead of in the middle of the room drinking lemonade.
All right.
So I don't know. I mean, thirsty is not really one that we should put on there. What y'all think?
It could be that because you played more of an understated role at the party, that your reputation didn't really come into question at all, that there's really no positive or negative.
No, I was just, Belle Belle and Camille totally stole the show. It wasn't really.
What? Me?
Never.
I
Right?
didn't.
Yeah, you were supposed to. That's your job. It's your job to steal the show right now, so we can find you a match that's proper.
All right. So after reputations, next up is rumor and scandal. So after a get-together such as this, there are always rumors that pop up. So everyone is going to have their chance as we go around the circle twice to create or spread some rumors that are circulating in our small town of Habershire, or maybe even beyond to London or further abroad. So we are going to start. I feel like we have been starting with Beau a lot tonight. So we'll actually start with Vivi.
I'm thinking that, she would definitely talk about Morty and spread, that rumor that it seems like Morty might have finally found a match that is willing to listen to his horticultural love language.
All right. I love it.
Plus, she wants Morty away from Belle. They're friends, but she doesn't want anybody thinking that, he has any hold on her affections like that.
All right. Wonderful.
So that nobody thinks they're like promised to each other or in love or anything like that. Nope.
Just Mortimer was seen talking with Devereaux for an extended period of time.
Passionately talking for an extended amount of time. We didn't say about flowers. We just said passionately.
Wonderful. All right. And next up is Anne. So we do have a rumor already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's part of the story, so I guess we could figure that in. Like, maybe the rumor is that she has left Bordeaux due to this what is the word, like
improper behavior,
improper liaisons with a French lord.
He was caught unchaperoned with a French lord.
Unchaperoned, improper.
On the dark walk.
Yes.
On the dark walk.
There may or may not have been rain.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, the impropriety. Unchaperoned.
Improper liaison.
Go. the gumption.
Next
I am
up
the witch.
in the
Yes.
rumor mill
Oh,
is
the audacity.
Meg. What rumor would you like to introduce into this small town?
The improper connection we keep hearing about Camille was with Ash.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, snap.
All right. Great. Love that for me.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
not spread yet. It's not spread yet. It's just
It's
a
more of,
rumor.
it's like a feeling kind of rumor to see if anyone can bring it back and be like, yeah, no, you're right. Kind of a rumor. So like it's just what I was like,
Just puts it out to see if anybody can, back it up.
mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
We love it. Wonderful. Okay. Next up is Sid. What rumor would you like to introduce?
I would like to introduce the rumor that, in fact, the reason that Miss Camille is in town is not to uphold her reputation, but because she is, in fact, secretly engaged to one Belle Andrews.
What?
They were talking, it was a whole thing, and this is how rumors happen. They get some little bit of information right, but not all the information right.
Okay.
That would be an interesting, is all you said. That would be an interesting match. And off it goes.
And last in our first round about the circle, Bo, what rumor would you like to introduce?
Like the payback has already been gotten.
None of these are spread yet, though. These are just like mild inclinations. If you want to spread one of these.
Can I? I thought I had to wait. but
You
if I
can spread one of them if you would like one of them to gain wider purchase rather than create a new rumor.
Okay. Now, is this in character that I'm spreading it, or is this
No.
me?
No, this
I
is
want.
you
Okay,
as
great.
Bo spreading this.
Yeah. All right. We'll spread the secretly engaged one. That helps me anyway.
Lovely. All right.
Oh no!
So after the ball,
That's
not
lovely.
only is there some rumor that Camille has left Bordeaux because of an improper connection found unchaperoned, but also that she may have both an improper connection with Miss Ash and also a secret engagement with Miss Andrews.
Fucking fantastic.
Can't figure out if she wants to shag me or date me, so now we're engaged.
And we're going to go one more time around the circle, this time in reverse. So, Bo, you can either choose to spread a different rumor or you can make up one yourself.
Yes. Let me just take a look at some connections here. Oh, it's on the same thing, huh? Okay. I would like to start a rumor about Miss Dawson.
Ooh, the
Trying to
Dowager
find-
Duchess.
With that one. Yes. What was the
Oh,
proper
we're-
title for that? It was Lady Dawson, right?
Duchess.
Duchess Dawson.
Dowager Duchess.
Dowager Duchess.
Right,
Or
that's
lady.
right. Triple
Lady's
Ds.
fine too, I think.
Triple D's. Okay.
D.
I would like to start the rumor that the Dowager Duchess may have found someone else that caught her attention.
Just
All
got out back into society, and oh my god,
That's right.
I already found somebody to look at.
Hmm.
All right, lovely. Sid, we are back to you. Would you like to start a new rumor or spread an existing one?
I always have to start new ones. It's just how it goes. I may also pick on Triple D. I would like to start the rumor that Triple D may have somehow been involved in the tragic death of her late husband.
Ooh.
Randall.
Ooh. Yeah, that would be juicy. That would be totally juicy.
All right. Interesting. I love it. That's going to be dramatic. Meg, up to you next. Would you like to spread an existing rumor or create a new one?
Same thing. Who are the characters? I don't think I want to do that. Let's go ahead and spread one.
Okay. Which would you like to spread?
Good question. We'll make it fun. We'll say that Morty finally found love.
All right.
We'll do that one too.
Lovely. Anne, I think, is next.
I would like to spread the rumor about the Dowager Duchess.
One.
Ooh. the
Yeah,
one
which
involving
one?
The death of her husband?
Yeah, the one about her being involved in the death of her husband.
Okay.
The Dowager Duchess didn't even do anything scandalous at the party, and yet rumors abound.
Well,
Came back
was
into
too
society.
perfect.
That's
Yeah,
right.
she had to have been involved in something.
Been 2 years, right? They had to have some reason,
Mhm.
The
Talk
death of a
about her.
husband is not enough.
It was a hunting accident. Don't know what you're talking about.
Ladies
It doesn't
don't
have to
talk.
be true to be spread. I'm just saying it can make life interesting.
All right. And last but not least is Vivi. Would you like to create a new rumor or spread an existing one?
I would definitely like to create a new one to actually, because when this comes up, I am imagining somebody would say, you know what? I actually don't think so, because Edward Dawson, her brother-in-law, he was present at the hunting party, and he does seem to have a crush on her, but she doesn't seem to know.
So the rumor is that
Lovely.
Edward is involved in the death of his brother.
Well, now she's free, right? Her brother's dead, and
That's true.
now she's free,
That is true. All right.
and just 27. So
It's true.
A little long on the tooth, but not of an unmarriageable age. Certainly not.
I mean, he's what, 25?
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. So before we go to our break, now is the chance we move into our epistolary phase for our characters to write any letters that they may need to. So if you would like to, let's say, invite someone to visit or inquire after a connection, you may do so. So you can write up to 2 letters each. They can be either from your major character that you are playing or from the connection that you control.
I know one.
All right, Bo.
I'm gonna have Deborah Bond send a letter to Mortimer, inviting him over to have a look at their garden and maybe get some advice on flowers.
Lovely. And Sid, would you like to spend one of your letters to have Mortimer respond to this invitation?
Yes.
absolutely.
This is the new main plot line.
Exactly. We're just all rooting for Morty and Deborah. It is there's so many crossouts on this thing. Just like he tried over and over to like get out too much, and like you can probably read some of them, and they express way too much this early in a relationship. But eventually, he manages to say that he would be delighted to come over to the estate, and he'll even bring a couple cuttings of some of his favorite roses.
Wonderful. All right.
Oh my. That is getting fast for him. Roses. What color roses?
A variety.
He's being smart. Can't be pegged down that easily. But then they would have to grow him to see his intentions anyways.
True. Would anyone else like to write a letter?
I think I would like to have Miss Cassandra Logan, Camille's friend, write her a letter, because they're like, as I can see, like frenemies, like they're friends.
Frenemies. That is it. That is the word.
You know, she also doesn't want Camille to get too far ahead of her. Like, yeah, we're friends, but you're not outshining me. So she's doing this thing where she's trying to be, pretending to be nice and caring as a friend, but reminding her that she embarrassed herself. And, you know, that even though it was a beautiful ball and it was really nice, but, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Is your dress able to be fixed? And I did see so-and-so looking at you. I hope everything's going to be okay. And they're not going to be judging you. So, and then I think I want to spend the second letter token that is after a lot of ringing like with herself. I'm thinking she's going to write just a very short note to the Viscountess, saying that it was nice to see her so well at the ball. Basically, just to, you know, yes, it was so nice to see that you were doing well. Because we have not seen each other in 8 years.
All right. Oh, well, it sounds like we have two potential responses. We'll start with Anne.
I am going to respond to Miss Logan's letter, and I'm going to say, Miss Logan, I do appreciate your concern. I do hope that it does not reflect poorly on an otherwise beautiful event. Perhaps we may be able to meet at some point to exchange notes. Perhaps you may be able to help me do some damage control. Sincerely yours. And I just put the letter C at the bottom. And then I will write another letter from Lord
Dawson.
Edward Dawson, yes. And it will say, cue the sexy voiceover voice, my dearest Maisie, I hope you are doing well. It has been quite some time since I have checked in with you. I do hope you are doing well. I have missed you dearly and would like to catch up. We have not spent nearly as much time since my brother's passing. And hopefully you will respond to this letter in kind. And then I will sign it. I feel like they'd be familiar, so I'll just sign it Eddie. they're like super familiar because they're family, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go with that.
I'm thinking that's like the voice should be Gerard Butler. Absolutely. Gerard Butler. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't have a sexy voice like Gerard Butler, but you can just imagine it.
We're gonna imagine that.
All right.
Now I'm imagining him looking like that. All right. Shh.
Sid, do you think that the Viscountess is going to respond to the Dowager Duchess's letter?
Well, I actually had a different letter in
Oh,
mind.
please go ahead.
Which actually kind of works out quite perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Viscountess actually writes a letter to Belle, saying it had been so long since they had seen each other. You know, they had been so young last time, and the Viscountess thought perhaps that they could visit at her at Belle's estate, and maybe catch up, and Theo could take Belle under her wing and help her out in society.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, I'm here? Oh, but I'm not here to see you. I'm here to see your younger sister. Hello.
Absolutely. So I didn't know you were going to be here.
Meg, do you think that Belle would respond?
Bella went over to Maisie's room going, what the heck?
Oh my, but this would be the perfect time, to have another meeting for Morty and forgot the name.
Devereaux.
Hmm?
Should I write back?
Absolutely.
Do I say yes? Do I say yes? Do we need this?
I mean, that's up to you, but you could see if she would want to bring Devereaux, and you would invite Monty.
Morty.
Morty, yeah, your friend. The flower friend.
The flower. So good.
I mean, he doesn't have any other prospects, and we got to take care of the people you love. So you're free to take care of yourself.
But the letter says she wants to talk about me.
Well, absolutely, yes, but that doesn't mean we can't do two things at once, right?
Well, you're right, because maybe if I can just get her focus over to them, it'll be off me, and we'll be great idea. And I run off and I start writing, going, yes, of course, I'd love to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Duchess is probably like, ooh. Mm. Well, dang, what am I gonna wear?
All right. Are there any other letters being composed?
I have one.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to write to Ash. I can get through it without laughing. I'm just going to write, I enjoyed dancing with you at the Desjardins ball. Your outfit was only second in beauty to your sweet smile. I would like to meet you soon to discuss some interesting information I heard from Miss Camille. XO, Belle.
Ooh, the pregnant silence. I love it.
I will hastily respond in my fastest and most beautiful script that I can manage at that speed. Yes, of course. Yes. Where would you like to meet? We could go for a promenade at the back of my parents' estate. It'd be lovely. What did she say?
She just sends back, perfect. With the period. So you know you're in trouble.
This letter I would be sending through Abigail Jones, my governess, who is not my mother, and therefore this is not a letter that I want my mother to see. And I
she's your
trust Abigail
confidant.
to not let her see it.
All right.
She has been my person that I've been using as a go-between.
All right. Are there any other lingering letters that anyone would like to send?
I think I already used all my letter tokens.
All right. In that case, I do believe that we are going to go ahead and take our break for the evening. We will be back shortly, folks. Grab yourself a spot of tea, go use the facilities if you need to, and we will return with the next part of our chapter. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a lovely and restful break. We certainly have. And before we jump into the visitations, we have a matchmaker and an elder sister in our bunch who have some matches in mind. We want to make sure to lay those on the table early on. So, Sid, who is the Viscountess Fox thinking as a match this season?
She is most assuredly thinking of Mortimer and Devereaux as a very good match.
All right, wonderful. And Vivi, what about the Dowager Duchess Dawson? Is anyone good enough of a match for her younger sister, Miss Andrews?
No, not yet. So far, none of them have even gotten close to any of her expectations, and she thinks it's still early in the season, that we might still, find somebody better suited, which means richer. Well, we're richer, but with a good title. Let's say we have plenty of money. We need a good title.
All right. Sounds good. So we are going to start off our visitations. I do believe that the Viscountess Fox has been extended an invitation and also to visit both of these sisters at their estate. So I would like to ask, Sid, will you please set the scene for this visit?
Of course. She has accepted the invitation. She will put on her most resplendent frock that still, just sort of looks like, oh, this old thing. Like, yeah, of course. Like, I've had this forever. Pulls out the most, again, sort of casual, but still very resplendent coach to take over. I believe that the invitation was also extended to dear Devereaux.
Correct, it was.
So she'll, let them know. She'll swing by their estate and pick them up.
All right. And when the Viscountess and Mr. Bond arrive at the estate, is this the Andrews estate or is this the Dawson estate that you all are meeting at?
I am thinking that that's the Andrews estate because I'm not sure if the Dawsons have an estate here, since she married out. So she's probably visiting at her family's estate.
Wonderful. All right. So let's then have, because this is Belle's home where she still lives, Meg, can you set the scene for us a little bit? What is the collection look like? Where are we right now?
We are in the formal sitting room where there is like the forte piano over in the corner. There's like the beautiful lounge chairs, the couches. Everything is Regency furniture. It's it's stunning for that time period kind of thing. And I don't think that Maisie is actually aware that the Viscountess was coming over, because if I remember, she sent the letter to me specifically, right? Yeah. So I know I had told Maisie, I just didn't tell her when she was showing up. And so I'm ready to go and just kind of have a casual day trying to figure out how to get Morty and Devereaux together, and then try and force conversation. So I'm pacing back and forth, muttering situations. And I assume Maisie is sitting on the sofa, just simultaneously watching me reading through the gossip paper or whatever is getting passed around that morning, sipping her tea and just sort of staring at me. And when I finally hear her coming through the doorway is when I'm like, oh, hello, Viscountess. So that's, I think, kind of how we end up meeting, is like you come in through the main archway that we have for that sitting room.
All right. And is Morty with you all as well?
Yes. He kind of never leaves. We kind of adopted him, and so it's one of those things where he goes home to sleep, but that's usually it. We take very good care of him. He's my best friend, so he's just always there. We're always talking, and even he's just sitting there watching me pace and was like, "What are you doing?"
Could he also be making a project out of your gardens now that he's,
Oh,
sort
he's
of-
got his books that he has left here all the time, and so there's just always a pile, and he has this like favorite little chaise by a sunny window where there's like a garden box basically, and so that's his little like reading spot. So he's over there, but also doing the same thing. It's just like, why are you pacing? And so it's
Did she tell
or,
him?
we didn't tell anybody that this is also a supernatural show.
I'm sorry, my partner is playing a space game and nearly died.
Amazing.
But yeah, so that's kind of just the whole thing. So as Viscountess gets sort of announced, I'm like, oh, hello.
And Belle's the only one that knew she was coming.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Maisie knew you were supposed to be coming at some point, like within the week, but I didn't tell her when. So little sister things.
Yeah, so the Dowager Duchess,
Amazing.
probably almost chokes on her tea. Very unladylike. Like, well, hello. Welcome.
Hello. I hope we aren't interrupting anything.
No, not at all. You're actually just perfectly on time. Oh, hi, Deborah. How are you doing?
Oh,
Belle gives
hello.
the evil eye. The total.
I'm ignoring Maisie.
What were you thinking?
Deborah, you look lovely. You looked great at the party. You know
Thank you
Mortimer,
so
of
much.
course.
Yes. Good evening. Good day, not evening. Evening here.
And for chat, I'll be playing Mortimer for the purpose of this, so that Siv's not talking to herself.
On brand. That was perfectly on brand.
Oh, yep. Yes. Good evening. Good day. Good morning. Yeah. Hello. Would you like to see the gardens here? They are quite lovely.
Yes, I would very much like to. Just kind of glancing at Belle.
Would you
If
like a
that is
spot of
what-
tea or a snack, perhaps?
Oh, perhaps we should wait a moment before we go and visit the gardens, have some tea. Draw, I've just arrived.
Oh, yes, of course. I apologize. Yes, of course. Miss Andrews is quite correct. You did just arrive. All right. But I will be here.
We'll be speaking to each other quietly.
This whole time I'm looking at my
Daisy?
countess like,
Daisy, some more teacups, please.
And a maid will come in with a tea service, as they have been warned by the butler that we have guests.
I'm terribly sorry. Are you certain we aren't coming in at an opportune time?
no, of course not.
I must have forgotten.
Yes, I told
Yes.
you Viscountess was coming.
Yes, this week.
Yes,
Never
it's still the
mind.
week.
I am so glad to see y'all here. And oh, Monty, do tell our friend, about your beautiful flower pot over there.
Maisie dear, it's Mortimer. I've told you this.
Yes, my love. I will get there one day.
Maisie, it's been 15 years.
Has has it been? Oh man. Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Certainly, Your Grace. Mixbon, may I show you over to this lovely potted plant?
Your pleasure.
Great. And Morty will lead Devereaux away, getting into the more comfortable rhythm of pointing out all of the features of the floral arrangements in the room.
Leaving the triangle of awkwardness behind.
At some point, Mixbond would pick a flower from one of the flower arrangements and just play with it a little before offering it to Mr. Grove.
And Morty would, blushing scarlet, accept said flower.
Look at them.
Theo
look at them.
is watching that and getting very happy as well.
Like, they're the cutest.
They are, aren't they? And like I'm in the middle between Maisie and the Viscountess, and I'm just like, can you believe that? Can you? And I'm just like spinning, and then just kind of gradually backing up and out of the room, and just I'm still keeping the rumors going, but I'm just like
Before she
You're
can
like-
leave.
and I leave.
Oh no! Before catch you real quick to say
Sure.
something.
Sure.
Belle, dear, but before you leave, I just wanted to make sure you felt comfortable now that you're fully in society. I know it's been several years since you have been, but it's been so long since we've talked.
As comfortable as I can be, Viscountess.
Well, again, I am here at your disposal if there's anything that I can do to help you to feel more comfortable.
Well, there is one thing.
Oh, yes, please.
My sister seems to think that no one is good enough for this family. Maybe you both could get together and actually work together, because apparently if I try to do it, she doesn't like it. So maybe the two of you whack, will figure out a match that's perfect for me and for the family, and then maybe you can find her a new one. It has been quite some time, and we do need a man in the house besides father, because he's not going to stay alive for long.
Nervously sips tea. Well, I don't think it quite right to have myself, or even your blood relations for that matter, dictate something as important as your love life.
Oh, you're quite right.
This
I
would have
agree
been
with
the
that.
time she got pinched underneath her skirts where they're sitting close, like, what do you mean another man in the house?
What, are you going to be the man in my life? Well, I would agree with that, and I do agree with that.
So
Side-eye.
certainly you must have some preference.
I have told my sister my preferences, and she deems them unworthy for me.
Well, please, I have not had the liberty of hearing them. Tell me.
I'm sure she's got the book somewhere.
There's a whole book.
She keeps track.
Well, just tell her your preferences. You know, we're not talking about my book in any way or form ever again.
I want somebody who understands me. It's not that difficult.
Is there perhaps someone in the ton that has already fit some of those qualifications?
There have been damn it, Bo. There have been there have been a couple. It it just seems like none of the families are the right match. You know, like I said, it doesn't seem like anyone I pick is good enough for my sister.
Belle, pretend your sister is not here. I have been since I came in. Please, barring any of that, is there someone who has caught your eye?
Well, they have glasses, and it always just sits on the edge of their nose because they always get too engrossed in whatever they're doing to bother to push them up.
Mm-hmm.
And they have long hair with the most beautiful curls that just like it fits their face perfectly. But like I said, like nobody, no, I hate you. Nobody fits that.
Please
that
keep going.
bill.
Does this set of spectacles and beautiful long curls have a name, perhaps?
No. I've only seen this person in my dreams.
I see.
Don't give me that, AJ. Sorry, y'all. The omniscient God over here is face palming me. Even if they did exist, I don't think that they would fit my sister's idea of appropriate for the family. At least in the dreams, they have like old money family kind of lifestyle, and well, I have to marry up, I guess. But marrying up means it's boring.
May I spend a resolve token? Really just through her powers of deduction and like scouring the previous party. Can I spend a resolve token and maybe have the Viscountess have seen Belle dancing with Ash twice that evening and maybe put two and two together in the situation?
I think that absolutely you could spend a resolve token for that, yes.
I would like to do that if everyone involved is amenable.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do it.
I see. Well, that is difficult. Only seeing your perfect match in your dreams. Yeah, would you do me the goodness of taking a quick turn in the garden? I would have your Mortimer or Devereaux do it, but they seem rather preoccupied. Would you mind?
Sure. Just take a glass
She
of
will-
water and leave.
She will. No, she'll immediately stand up. She'll like take Belle's arm, and she will just over her shoulder. We won't be too long there, Your Grace, and just scoots her out.
Yeah, sure. Just leave me to chaperone the young.
Taking a quick turn. Are you quite certain, Belle, that this individual resides only in your dreams?
Well, I mean, the life I have with them does.
How so?
Well, like I said, my sister and everybody else in society apparently likes to weigh in on my life, and this person is deemed unsuitable.
So there is a specific person then. Perhaps a certain individual that you shared at least 2 dances that I saw at the party the other night.
I am like destroying my nails. Maybe, but the second time was an accident. I was trying to get away from my sister.
You accidentally shared a dance.
Mhm.
I mean, yes, like I said, I was trying to get away from my sister. I wasn't paying attention to who was next to me. I just grabbed the next person. It could have been anybody.
I see.
You know me as well as anyone, Viscountess. I'm not exactly the most cautious person.
I do recall several instances of, well, impulsiveness, if I may say. But if this... Was it Mix Marlowe, was it?
I just look down. I don't answer. I'm just like,
If they do not mind this quirk of one's personality, why should you?
it's not a matter of them not liking me. It's a matter of everyone else deeming us unworthy, so I literally can't.
Do you think that they are a proper match for you?
And I'm just gonna pull out like this necklace I have like tucked into my collar and just like start messing with the ring on it. I don't know.
Well, if you would like, I would be more than happy to publicly support a connection between yourself and this Mix Marlowe. And if I may say, my good opinion is quite the currency within the ton.
Yes, I understand that. It's well, now there's someone else potentially involved, and
Who?
not a certain newcomer we were all at a party for.
Which one? There were two.
Camille. That's fair.
I see.
She was asking me lots of questions about Mix Marlowe, and I don't know what to know anymore or what to believe anymore.
Do you know them?
Yeah. Yes.
And do you know your own heart?
I think.
And that is all there is to know.
But my sister.
We shall endeavor to work on the dear Duchess.
Can I let you know another secret?
Yes, please.
She misses you.
Steps back. Oh,
Oh shit, she knows stuff about me too.
we were dear friends at one time.
Viscountess. Anyone with two eyes can see.
That was a long time ago.
You see the way she acts. That's not grief. Not in the normal sense, anyway. At the very least, she could use a friend. One who knows her as well as you do. And at that, I'll like just kind of turn to walk away. I think Ash
I
has
see
a
a hand raised.
Very proper.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Monologue for the Viscountess, please.
Oh
Big
boy.
timing.
The moment you said that, I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing.
So, Sid, what is the Viscountess thinking as Belle has just informed her that the Dowager Duchess misses her. Where's her brain at?
She misses me. Of course, Belle would think that. I'm sure that whatever she's decided on in her mind is... Well, that cannot be, can it? I mean, she did... And well, she did do... But... She misses me. And that's it.
Wonderful. All right. And what has been going on inside as Maisie has been chaperoning Devereaux and Mortimer as this turnabout the garden has been happening?
Whole bunch of Latin words and blushing. And boredness and trying to figure out what the heck her sister set her up to do. Like, what is she doing? Why didn't she tell me? I am totally wearing this rack. My hair is a mess. I was not prepared for this at all.
All right. Now, are the Viscountess and Miss Andrews going to make their way back into the visiting room after a spell?
Yeah.
I like went off to go talk to the servant to go bring more tea or something. So like I'm off and around the corner, and then I'll come back and meet up with her. I'm like, well, shall we go meet up with my sister? I'm sure she's about to hurt Morty.
Call him Monty again.
Cannot have that. Of course.
All right. So they come back inside. How does Maisie react when they come back inside?
Probably like snaps her fan shut and just like points it at Belle, says, "You. I would like to speak to you for a second, please, my dear sister."
I just look at Theo and just walk. Yes.
Please don't ever do that again. You see what I'm wearing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You see that there's a hole right down there in the stitching? Do not ever do that to me again, please.
Why didn't you have one of the maids, darn it?
All right. Would anybody like some more tea? Maybe some biscuits?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Daisy! Like, Daisy, come rescue me, please.
And I'm gonna
some biscuits.
I'm like, and let me go call Mortimer and Devereaux. They're pretty far out into the garden, and I'll take off and go get them. So have fun with that.
And with that, Belle leaves the Viscountess and the Dowager Duchess alone.
Yeah. Yeah, multiple, like. So, has Belle told you who she prefers? Trying to find some safe ground here.
Yes, indeed she has.
Would you be so kind to share that with me?
I suppose that would depend.
Depend on what?
On what you intend to do with this information.
See if we can make that person eligible, or if I can find somebody that's eligible that's like that person. I mean, we really are looking for a proper title here. I mean, money is not really the issue. You know that.
Of course. I also know that at least one of you in the family has already married for a title.
Yes. That does not mean that Belle does not deserve the best for her future.
And what exactly would you describe as the best for her future?
Being set with a proper title and a proper estate and safety.
She has a proper title. She is well known here within the town. She's well taken after, well looked after. You have already married into the Dawson estate and therefore can leave the Andrews estate to her. I don't really see any
Do we have a
scenario where
brother?
she's...
Do we have a brother? I don't know. We never talked about it. All right, so it's just us girls. Okay.
You
No,
want to
it's just
spend a
us.
resolve token
It's
to
just
create
us.
a brother?
Yes, let's do create a brother
Oh,
that is
okay.
actually in between us,
Don't be more
age-wise.
annoying. Okay.
If that's all right with Meg.
Yeah, that's fine. Just means I don't
Just
get
to
be
make that
like-
more interesting.
Okay.
It will also help because she's not actually the heir of the family, so you know. And in the long run, the heir would have to marry better. So yes, what do we want to call him? Richard?
Yeah, sure. Good
Jonathan?
old Dick.
Yep, absolutely. Got Dick in the family.
Yep. Okay, so
Richard
Richard.
Dawson.
No, Richard Edwards.
Edwards. That's right. Andrews?
Andrews.
Richard
Oh!
Edward Andrews.
Maybe he's not the only one who can't keep the names straight, right?
There we go.
All right.
Um,
So, Richard Andrews, the heir. So, I mean,
but no, like none of us, aside from you, none of us have a title yet. Because Dad's a
Mhm.
colonel.
or just old money.
Yeah, and we're old money, so. Okay.
Well
to
known, well
other
liked,
listeners.
well respected, but
Yes, we're just old
No
money. We just
title.
don't have a title.
Mhm.
Which is why, you know, Macy could not turn down the Duke. There was just no way.
Of course, the Viscountess knows that intellectually, but it doesn't mean it didn't smart. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
But we'll get into that into
know.
character later. Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Well, I mean, you know, I know Richard will always take care of her, and I will always take care of her. But I would like her to be able to stand on her own 2 feet, be part of the peerage, the tongue. There you go. There you go.
But have you ever taken time to consider whether that's what she wants?
We both know that at that age, you know, we were foolish. It's like you don't really know what you want. You just know what your feelings and your heart wants. And your hearts are always foolish at that age. What if she then regrets it, and then you know she will not be able to get out of it? And no, I cannot. No, we will not do that for my sister. That will not happen. She will not end up like that.
Regretting her decisions.
Yes.
You seem to speak on that so passionately. Is that something that you know personally?
As if you don't know.
No, I don't. That's why I asked.
She's not even in the building right now, and I'm gonna whoop my sister right here, like they're like hiding. Like
I'm in the gardens. Leave me alone.
hiding your face.
Okay, on camera because I got something in my eyeball.
Oh, liar. Well, I think we all got our regrets.
Yes, I suppose we would.
Some more than others, but yeah, you know, as long as you know we're fine and safe, the heart will survive. It has to.
Belle is a grown woman. You cannot force her to do anything she doesn't want to do.
Oh, I'm not forcing her. I'm just trying to steer her in the right direction. I just don't want her I don't want to see her ruined. That's, what my mother tasked me with before she died. This is what my father wants because, he can't be bothered with all of this. He's way too busy being in charge of his soldiers.
So you take it very seriously. I understand.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, that answer will not suffice for my means. So I'm terribly sorry, but I will not be able to tell you.
Yeah, Macy totally forgot what started this whole conversation. She'll be just like, oh,
she
yeah.
said that she did know, but
Yeah,
now she's not going to tell you.
So that's why she's like, oh, yeah, I know you. I asked.
Mhm.
All right. She had completely forgotten. She's like gotten so into this regret thing that she was like, how did this start? I forgot that I asked her about, Belle's bow.
I would like at this point to spend a facilitator a resolve token to have our lovebirds, Devereaux and Morty, with Belle accompanying, return to the sitting room.
Yeah, but by now the Duchess has like high color in her cheeks, like.
Oh yeah, I feel like the Viscountess has stood at some point as hands
This
on
is
hips
like
or whatever.
the fan
Very
is going
heated
faster.
conversation. Yes.
Very passionate.
Morty.
Mr. Bond, you simply must give us. Oh,
Hey, we're going to have tea. And I might have done a bad thing again. So we gotta kind of walk quickly. We must.
Refreshments?
Yes.
Maybe some lemonade. Something cool.
We need to get back to Maisie. Also, Morty, the Viscountess knows about. I'll just pat my chest because Morty would know that I have the ring.
Okay. Mr. Bond, would you like to return to the sitting room and maybe have their cook makes lovely cookies.
yes, I would very much like to. Shall we? I'll offer my hand.
And Morty will elbow and just kind of side eye Belle like.
Wait, let's make haste, let's go.
All right. So it is at that point in the conversation that the two parties reconvene. And I'm going to say that we are going to hop from there to a sitting room across town where Miss Desjardins is currently meeting with Miss Logan. And Anne, can you set that scene for us?
So Camille has invited her friend Cassandra to the Desjardins estate, where she kind of gets these flashbacks of her party every time she walks by the statue in the courtyard, and just like, ugh. And then, so she has one of her attendants, chambermaids, I don't know, one of her attendants prepare tea for the two of them. And in the sitting room, I guess. And that's where she will wait for Miss Logan to be escorted in. And and kind of greets her with one of those like fake, like super insincere hugs, and is just like, "Oh, hello, my darling. I am so sorry I didn't get to spend too much time with you at the party. So many people."
Oh, yeah. I understand, my dear. I understand. You were the belle of the ball.
Well, it's hard to
I mean,
hold a candle
aside from the
compared to
statue.
my perfect sister. And she kind of says this with a tiny bit of disdain.
Mhm.
But I'm so glad that you were able to make it.
Would Cassandra know about what really happened in France? Would you have shared that with her?
I think that she would know what the rumors are. Like, she basically is just all about the rumors, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Gossip, rumors, juicy.
And Camille does her best to not confirm or deny things, like just kind of let them happen so that she, and she's waiting for like the right moment to kind of do damage control, but she does say, so the reason I have asked you to meet with me is that I wanted your perspective on the events of the party. All of the potential matches. Perhaps you've picked up some information along the way while you were making your rounds. Something that perhaps could be very juicy.
Well, it was definitely an interesting party. It definitely was. I mean, it was beautiful, it was grand, it was well attended. Aside from the thing with the statue, it was almost perfect. It was, wow. I did hear the most delicious rumor about the Dowager Duchess, though.
Ooh. The Dowager Duchess is the sibling of Miss Andrews, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yeah, I did see you talking to Miss Bell. I did.
I've noticed Miss Andrews quite a bit. I was actually trying to figure out how they were connected to the Marlowe family. The Desjardins and the Marlowe have crossed paths in France several years ago, and I had a misunderstanding with Mix Marlowe, the oldest. We had an unfortunate run-in in Bordeaux one season.
Oh, my dear, do tell. What happened?
The long and short of it is that they mistook me for my twin sister and made quite some bold claims about my social activities.
The audacity. To continue.
Yes, so I have this situation where I am considering perhaps shaking things up a little bit here in Havers. Havish. What is this place called? Havisham? Habershire, sorry.
All good.
I was considering perhaps maybe mixing things up a little bit here in Havershire. And I was wondering if you might have some interesting methods to create a little madness.
Madness. Well, that is very interesting. I mean, there were some delicious rumors going around at the ball. Some about the Dowager Duchess, some about Miss Andrews. But the thing is, how mad would you like people to get? Are we talking scandalous here, or are we just talking, like a little bit?
I'm Are you familiar with the term slow burn? Perhaps a little bit of grumblings at first and then build up to something explosive. You know what I mean?
I mean, she totally heard that rumor about Belle and Camille. So she's going to be like, well, Miss Andrews is actually, this is her season to find a good match. And maybe you should try getting close to her. I heard she has her eye on somebody already, but if you would like to be in the way and get noticed, that might be a good way. Totally not fanning that rumor,
I like how you think. I have this one tiny bit of concern, a little bit of an obstacle to my fun. She shares my face. I'm very much concerned about things that are proper and good. Beatrice is always very concerned about how things may appear even back home. But
I mean,
how much trouble could I possibly get when
the Dowager Duchess is in charge? She's so proper. How would your sister be able to, speak against that family?
That is absolutely true. I mean, well,
there might be rumors about the way her husband died in a hunting accident, but else she's been nothing but proper.
If I could somehow integrate myself into this family, this might cause enough trouble without it making too much of a splash right away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Dowager Duchess would ever think that you guys as a match would actually pull through. So it might be a safe thing to do. She would not expect you to actually pull through with that.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't do any harm for me to befriend Miss Andrews. I did have a very pleasant run-in with them at my party and a bit of small talk.
I mean, she can be a bit unconventional, but you'll fit right in.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm very conventional. Not anymore, anyways.
Absolutely not. You're not very conventional at all. I like that about you.
Well, I do appreciate your insight, perhaps. If there's anything I can do in return for, this little advice session, perhaps we can come up with something.
Oh, just
value with you.
Just keep me informed. I do like living vicariously through my friends.
Of course. And there's no one I know that shakes things up quite like you do.
Oh, thank you. Too kind. It's like I should have snake underneath my face right now. It's like I open it up and it says snake.
Lovely. Perhaps I will compose a letter to Miss Andrews later today, and we can start on this slow burn plan. if you have any other suggestions on how to make this work, I would certainly appreciate it.
No, that is delicious. You know, since she is so, she's a little unconventional, I think she would enjoy spending time with people who are not of the peerage, that are, you know, have a more grounded view of life.
Okay. Well,
But basically, you're not a lady. That's fine.
yeah, no,
Shade.
absolutely. I am not of the peerage.
She seems to enjoy, you know, poking, you know, her nose into places where, you know, her sister doesn't really want her to go. So
my days of caring about status and caring about what my family thinks are perhaps or over.
she will love your adventurous spirit. Just appeal to that. She has a tiny rebellious streak.
Perhaps she'll be interested in being shown a good time. I'll find any excuse for a party.
Yes. And please do keep me informed. I love this idea of yours.
Just as a point of clarification, in this era, an influential actress would have she'd be more like a stage actress, right? And they didn't really have movies or anything back then.
Perhaps an opera singer, something
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm. Could take her to a show, an opera, a concert, perhaps.
Well, perhaps I might invite Miss Andrews to see you perform sometime.
Oh, that would be lovely. I would be able to actually see. Yes, let's do that.
Excellent. I have been enjoying this tea party with you. We should make a habit of this, perhaps a weekly thing.
Oh, yes. The tea is lovely. I am glad that you picked an herbal tea that really will help with your excitedness and might calm down your body some.
Well, I hear that herbal teas are better for your voice, you know? Caffeine, not so good for this. I have to look out for my friends after that.
Yes, very, very much so.
And
I do have some herbal tea before my performance too.
And on that note, speaking of Ms. Andrews, I do believe we have one more visit between Ms. Andrews and Mix Marlowe. So, Meg, would you like to set the scene for us? When does Belle make her way over to the Marlowe estate?
I have the habit, if you will, of mostly just trying to meet Ash when it's darker, probably around sundown. And it's usually at their estate. It's easy enough for me to kind of sneak in through the garden over there. And so I'm waiting by our usual spot. This is kind of a habit from our early days of dating. Also, hi Bo, sorry, my brain is doing that. Have fun with that creative licensing later. Just the surprise on their face is great. And so I'm there waiting and sitting on a bench, kind of hiding behind this ornate hedge sculpture, and just kind of waiting and watching the sky, and kind of just keeping an eye on my surroundings, and waiting on them to come get me.
We need a monologue token right there. That is the perfect spot. You're sitting there just waiting all by yourself with this beautiful background. It's time for a monologue.
All right, Meg, what is Belle thinking right now?
a lot of internalized screaming, I think. The day has been very busy. So I'm sitting there, I'm kind of like messing with my fan. I'm not even like really using it correctly. I'm just sort of picking at it. And I'm looking, I have like my pocket watch and I just keep watching the seconds tick. And as it's doing that, I'm like recalling the events of the day and how I am kind of just freaking out about the fact that I told the Viscountess not only about Ash, but that we were actually together. I'm doomed. They're doomed. We're doomed. Oh God, what have I done? How could I have said that? The whole town is going to find out now. And so it's kind of like anxiety rambling and going, we're doomed, red alert, kind of just intense feelings of anxiety. And I start picking at my hair and my shirt, and I'm trying to figure out the words and be like, okay, so I have some news. I was visited by the Viscountess, and like, I'm rambling, trying to come up with a story where I'm not gonna get yelled at.
And this bows where Mix Marlowe finds Belle.
So Ash will be coming out to meet them. We'll dress down a little bit, not quite so formal as daytime attire. Just kind of sneak around the bush and maybe go for a little bit of a scare.
Ah! How could you do that to me? Don't do that to me. You know better.
It's so fun to watch you freak out. That's the proper Regency way to say that. I think so.
It's not funny when people are going to find out about us because I screamed.
Oh. I will refrain from doing it in the future.
Please do.
No.
Too many times.
God, speaking of screams, you should be.
You look like you have a lot on your mind.
I do. So today the Viscountess, she came to visit me.
Yeah.
And a
how
lot
did it go?
happened. How do you think it went?
Well, I hope.
Why would you hope that?
Because the Viscountess is a woman of station, and you would want her to like you. No? Am I not supposed to?
I mean,
You're not-
yes, it's one
you're
thing
not-
to have her like me, but she's already going to like me. Her friendship, relationship, whatever you want to call it, with my sister is complicated aside. She does want the best for me already. I mean, the Viscountess knows.
She knows what?
She knows.
Oh, how did she come upon this information?
She weaseled it out of me. I don't know. The next thing I knew,
She
I was-
weaseled it out of you?
You know how sneaky she can be. Do you know how people like her are? They see things, they know things, they gaslight you, they trick you into telling them everything. And well, now she knows.
You just had to not say.
Do you not know me? Now, one of the things you always told me was that you love me for my mouth and my brains, but obviously the two didn't connect.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, Vivi.
I do love those things about you. I do. But sometimes you need to know how to keep that voice inside
Well,
and
maybe.
then tell me so that we know what to do about it.
Well, if you were actually at my side, it wouldn't have been that hard.
And you know what? I would be, but I have my own overbearing parent to deal with.
Well, if you already told her that you've already proposed, we can make it work.
It's not that easy.
Yes,
I
it
have a-
is. It's a business transaction to them.
I have an entire estate to think of.
As do I. Actually, I don't because I have a brother now. Like, but as do I. Like, it.
You-
If this was going to be such a problem for you, why did you propose in the first place?
because I
Do you love me?
do.
Then
But-
why are you afraid?
My family has been through a lot. My grandfather nearly drove this family to ruin, and it was my mother who brought it out of it. And she expects that the next head of the Marlowe household is going to be as strong as her and needs to have a partner that is as strong as hers. And this means she's the most discerning. She has always been hard, always been judgmental of me and anyone that I have shown any interest in. And quite frankly, she hasn't said nice things about you.
The same could be said about you and mine. But I ignored them.
And I want to. I do.
What's the worst that could happen if we just told her? You said it yourself. Your mother wants somebody for you that is as strong as you are. Am I not
No.
that person?
I see that. I do. But she has so much more control over my life and my wishes than I would ever want. When we met, she was not around. When we met, I was free to do what I wanted, but now that we're back, I have my duties to think of. And I worry that as much as I want this, I won't be able to.
But when you want it bad enough, let me know. You know where to find me. And I'll give you the ring when I leave.
Monologue! 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 Ash, please monologue about this moment.
Ash will take the ring. What am I going to do? On the one hand, I have this incredible person that I care so deeply about, and on the other, my family. My mothers, they raised me. And my mother is hard, but she's still my mother. How do I balance those things? How how do I do what is expected of me and get the things that I want? Can I do that? Is that possible? I don't know. Now, maybe it's too late. Ash is gonna slowly walk back inside.
All right. And with that, we bring chapter 1 to a close of our story here. Just a couple of things to wrap up before we sign off for the evening. First off is our reputations. Has anyone behaved in a way during these visitations that may have affected their reputation?
Probably me.
We'll start with Meg and then go to Anne. Meg.
I hurt my own feelings. Does that count? Damn.
I mean, you did sneak out and have a clandestine, unchaperoned meeting, you know,
There's
with
that.
dude that you're
But did anyone find out about it?
No.
Ooh, that would be interesting to know. Did anybody watch
Or here.
or hear?
Here we go. Oof.
We'll let you think on that for a moment.
Yeah,
Anne?
I think the
Oh.
only one I can really think of,
Go
sorry, it was just the denied my desires one.
Okay. So did you deny your desires or make a sacrifice?
They dumped my fiance of 3 years.
That is true. All right.
Rip. Oh.
So what positive reputation modifier might we put on that?
Understanding, caring. I mean, because she did it for him.
For them. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, for them.
Sacrificing.
Yeah, I was like sacrificial, but that sounds like I'm a lamb.
Selfless.
Selfless.
Selfless is great.
I don't. Well, the only problem I have with selfless is that it doesn't really feel like it was. It wasn't
All right.
necessarily like I am
Stars
giving
dug up.
up. Thank you. Like,
Let's see. Sacrificing. Conciliatory.
that's an SAT word. That's a big word for Elmo.
Divine. Ooh, okay.
Just call me Jesus.
Right? Obliging.
Obligatory. Maybe.
Pennant.
How about
Repentful?
thoughtful?
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
And I
May have a
did.
little
I did
spite
try
in
to
it.
hook up my sister with her axe too. So that works.
True.
did.
All right.
I think negatively.
You tried to hook up your friend too, so you could have advanced yourself by, you know,
Yeah.
making
That's okay.
making friends with the Viscountess, but you know, you made sure that Morty, you know, was, you know, the main.
He's in love. Let him.
I'll just continue to call him Monty. I think it is now canon that she always did that.
For 15 years.
Has not
yeah.
changed in 15 years.
All right. So
Well,
I think
it's
that's
Now
what
listen
kind
to
of
Monty too.
All right. Okay. So what about you, Anne? What did Camille do to affect her reputation?
I feel like I feel like a negative tag is somehow warranted for her scheming, but I'm not sure if it's a. Well, I guess she acted on her she didn't really act on her desires. She just was scheming, I guess, in
She's setting things in motion that might affect her later.
Well, yeah. It may not be directly affecting her current set of desires, or maybe her current set of desires are not the ones I wrote down. I don't know. But I feel like she earned a negative tag. Maybe scheming with other members of society against someone is in contravention of society's conventions. I don't know, but I feel like
you want to get close to somebody just to cause trouble, but maybe mischievous, because it doesn't feel like it's very, mean. It's not mean. It's just entertainment. That's what it sounded like, to Cassandra. It's just for entertainment.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe mischievous. Mischievous.
Okay.
If I could use that as a tag.
Sure. So mischievous is going to be your negative tag?
Yeah, I don't know if she I feel like in the conversation with Cassandra, she was still kind of keeping in mind, like, I don't want this to blow up in my face or reflect poorly on my sister, who is clearly overly concerned about these things. So maybe we should plot accordingly. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. I don't know if it deserves a positive tag, but
what I might recommend is that maybe we see how Camille's schemes turn out next week and see if those more public actions might result in affecting her reputation.
So then just cancel it out for now? Like it's flat even, or do I still have the negative tag?
I think maybe we wait and see.
It's a wait and see situation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
All right. And the last thing is, does anyone have any letters that they would like to send here at the end of our session to put things in motion for chapter 2? Yes, Sid.
Viscountess would like to send a letter each to Belle and Mix Ash Marlowe and invite them to a luncheon at her estate.
All right.
Yeah, the Dowager Duchess definitely would like to answer her brother-in-law's letter and invite him over for tea with the family, because we're being proper here with the family. I'm thinking she would probably also write a note to the Viscountess and Devereaux, thanking them for coming over and having such a lovely visit with Monty.
All right.
I don't think the Duchess did anything to get a big tag on our reputation. I mean, she did try and, stick up for what's proper and trying to convince herself that, that's what's proper and that's what we got to do. But I don't think it was strong enough. I know what the others are thinking.
Well, if you don't think it was strong enough, don't worry, because we do still have plenty of story coming up.
Yep.
I would like to send 2 letters separately to Miss Andrews and Mix Marlowe. to Miss Andrews, I would say, dear Miss Andrews, I'd like to personally thank you for making it to my birthday party. It was quite enjoyable to have made your acquaintance. I would like to invite you to see Cassandra Logan's show, Cassandra Logan's next show, if you would indulge me. Perhaps we could get to know each other better. Sincerely, Miss Desjardins. And then she also sent
They call
one.
it a salon. Sorry for interrupting.
What's that?
That just did they used to call that a salon, like when somebody was singing and somebody was playing pianoforte or something?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, my brain jumped in.
The salon would
it's
be the
okay.
formal sitting room. That's where the piano is at. That's basically what it would be. I think
Depends on
salon
if
actually
she's
comes
being
from the French.
invited for a private performance or the next public performance.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's a good
Sorry.
point. I am gonna say that she's being invited to a public performance.
Okay.
And then to yes. And then to Ash, she would say, Miss Marlowe, I hope you're well. I know things have not been the best between us, but I would like to have some tea with you. Perhaps we could get reacquainted and catch up sometime soon. And then it's just signed C.
Chaperone meetings.
Unchaperoned, YOLO. I would like to note that she has no idea that they broke up or anything has happened. So this is just her being
This is
an
very
asshole.
true.
Mhm.
Players fucking do though.
Bo, you had something you wanted to send?
I would respond to Ms. Desjardins and agree to the meeting. I would agree to it by saying that she can expect me and Miss Jones tomorrow. And or actually, when did the Viscountess give a date for the lunch? I don't want to double book myself. It'd be so
Of course she
unbecoming.
did, yes. And it's a different time because, yes,
Okay,
I want both of
perfect.
these things to happen, of course.
So yeah, that Miss Jones would be accompanying me. It's someone on my damn side.
All right.
I just reply back to yes. Well,
Exactly, say no
I'm
to a
emotionally
Viscountess.
numb. Bella's done. Bella's tapped out.
I don't know if this qualifies as a letter to send per se, but to my mother,
Okay.
because we live in the same household, so I'm
Leave a note on her pillow.
Passing notes.
but I would invite her to. I would say that I have something to speak to her about, and that I would like to have a discussion tomorrow afternoon. No, it's on a different day. Whenever the meeting with the Viscountess is, after that.
Okay.
I'm just imagining Ash like
Yeah, just writing.
furiously
No,
scribbling
wait, but
in their
tomorrow
planners,
is. Damn it.
timelining the
Just
entire.
looking at the
week.
calendar. Okay, that one.
All
I
right.
imagine Camille is low priority for Ash anyway, so I'm not fussed about it.
You tomorrow, because otherwise I will forget.
And with that, that is where we will put a close on chapter 1 of Queer Society. Now, thank you everyone so much for watching. And before we get going, I do want to make sure to put the spotlight on the wonderful players and co-authors who make this entire story possible. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and have Bo tell us a bit about yourself.
What do you want me to say before I start? Just everything? Everything about myself?
Go ahead, tell us who you are, where we can find you, and what you're doing.
That's what I want to know. All right, thank you. My name is Bo. I use they, them pronouns. And you can find me all over the internet at Dorky Teacher, except for on Twitch, where it is just Dorky Teacher. That is just Dorky Teacher, the username. What was I doing? I play Ash Marlowe. The awkwardness, not a role. This is just me. But on other days, you can find me on other places in the internet, such as this Saturday. You can find me over on the Initiative Order, where I will be playing a game of Deep Breadth, which is a TTRPG that is a reskin of, or not a reskin, but a how would I put that? A game that is being developed on the base of 5th edition D&D, which is all around anime and that kind of anime manga inspired stuff. And so it's really exciting. It's still in playtest at the moment. We're playing with the creator. It's going to be a good time. Other than that, you can find me on Mondays over on Media Flare's channel, where I am playing in a game of 5th edition D&D, in which I play myself. I have been Jumanji into the game of D&D. I have died once and almost died 3 times. It's a good time. And then on my own channel, I play video games pretty much every other day of the week. That's me.
Thank you, Bo. We're going to go ahead and pass it on along to Sid.
Hey, I am Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, generally talking about all the shenanigans I do here on the internet. Yeah, I played the Viscountess this evening. And yeah, you can find me generally over on twitch.tv/game nights. That's 2 G's and a K, where I am there several nights a week. Thursdays, I run a game of Urban Shadows, which also has some elements of Good Society, because I can't help myself, because I love this game system so much. And then Fridays, we play a game of Fate. Every Saturdays, we play a game of Fate. Sundays, we play some Monster of the Week. And Mondays, you can find me over on twitch.tv/InfiniteRP, playing Flames of Freedom. It's a Zweihander system. It's the best. It's basically American Revolution plus Eldritch Horror. It's the bomb. Lots of fun there as well. Yeah, that's me.
All right. Thank you, Sid. Passing on along to Meg.
Hey, I am Meg. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants. You can find me screaming in chat at Narnia's Pants. On Tuesdays, I am in a horror game that my DM completely trashed. Some book, I don't know. I tune it out every time he starts talking about it, but it's fun. It is a bunch of horror that he has revamped. It is, but it's great. I love it. Lots of torture, lots of feelings, where I play a very socially anxious godling druid, which is a special, godling is a special thing that he actually homebrewed. So it's a lot of fun. That is on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time at twitch.tv/Ballad of the 7 Dice. It's wordy. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm usually retweeting the stuff, so it's there. It is also in all of my pin stuff. I like to do this a lot, where I am a teacher in Texas. I know, just me, I know. My kids and I are mutually broke, and I am a music teacher. So if you would care to help out with funding my classroom, because we all know the government won't do it, I've got an Amazon wish list, and you can send things to me and my kids. And we greatly appreciate it because of people who have donated. I actually have a classroom that looks like a music classroom. So it has been super awesome and appreciated, and I would love to keep it going. So.
All right. Thank you, Meg. We are going to pass it on to Anne.
Hello, my name is Anne. You can find me on the social medias at XO_girlwonder. Right now, I'm in kind of the pre-production stage for Kids on Bikes campaign project situation. I will be posting updates on things on my Twitter, so that's where you can find me. I mostly just scream about TTRPGs on Twitter right now, but I do plan to stream them at some point over at twitch.tv/Bardic Inspiration Network. We're working towards starting a campaign up in April, but that's still up in the air. So yeah, keep an eye out on my Twitter for that.
Oh, I muted myself. Whoops. All right.
Unmuting
you,
is a
Anne.
fear action.
And we have Vivi.
Hi, I'm Vivi or Vivacia. You can find me pretty much all over Discord as Vivacia, on Twitch as Vivacia, and on the Twitter it's Miss Vivacia, MRS Vivacia. And yeah, I do yell on there a lot. I retweet a lot of weird stuff, a lot of political stuff. You get my weird brain on there. Aside from playing with these lovely ladies, every second Monday, we've been now playing for a little over a year. I'm in a D&D game where we're playing on Wily Hobbit's channel. Right now we're in the Daylands. I am playing an Aasimar artificer who is young and just getting over her naivety, and she seriously didn't know she was an Aasimar. She thought the wizard was screwing with her, that, you know, he's the one who gave her wings. So we played this week, so we'll play again on the 14th. That's on Wily Hobbit at 7:30 EST. And next Thursday, I'm starting a 4-shot of Wonderhome on Bramble Games. Again, I'm going to tweet that. And I'm looking forward to that because Wonderhome is going to be amazing. I'm also looking forward to a 1-shot of Insperi Isle, which is, you know, the one where you're learning ASL on the 18th. And else, I had a blast. I've been looking forward to playing this game for so long. And definitely check out Sit on Game Nights, because that's one of the reasons I am actually back to playing TTRPGs and streaming them. So do check them out, especially their Monster of the Week game.
That's awesome. And maybe would you mind helping out? How would we find Wily Hobbits on Twitch so that AJ can shut them out?
Oh, yeah, it's Wily Hobbit, just as you would say it. WILY Hobbit.
Ah, Hobbit singular. Okay,
Hobbit.
gotcha.
Yes. They stream D&D and have a Greyhawk podcast, and they're also an ambassador for Jasper's Day.
Awesome. Thank you, Vivi.
He's good people.
And I have been Harper, your facilitator. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me around the internet as Harpersona or on Twitter as Harpersona Games, because someone got to Harpersona before I did and got it banned. You can find me here on the Critical Misses channel on Mondays, where I play a Yuan-Ti warlock named Shosha in Kingsguard, the story of thrown together group of nobles who are doing their best to aid the King of Gloria and also protect the world, potentially the multiverse, from collapsing. See those adventures. You can also hear me every other Tuesday on the podcast Through Hollow Flames, where I play Ursa, who is an angry bear person who just wants to defend their homeland in the Wild Norths. You can hear me this Saturday. Is it a Saturday? It is a Sunday. This Sunday, March 6th, I will be over on twitch.tv/Merfeather in a charity game for JDRF International, raising funds, playing the Shadow Under Vumalor, which where I will be playing just a chaotic sand druid named Litza, which will be a whole lot of fun. So that is where you can find me. And I do believe that we are also going to give big thanks to AJ, who has been our steward for this evening. Thank you so much, AJ. You are lovely. You can find AJ as Husha_kid on basically all social platforms. And with that, we are going to go ahead and send our lovely raid over to D&D Jordan Lee. But until next week, thank you so much for joining us in Queer Society. And until the next chapter.